Well, squids, it is pretty darn cold here in the DC metro area, and I'm about to get on the C3 and I'm gonna go to DC. That even rhymes. It is a car that I'm interested in buying, and I've never even heard of it, or I mean I've heard of it, but it's kind of like an odd car. Usually I like the Japanese cars because they're reliable, but the one I'm gonna go check out now, it's in Capitol Hill, and it's a Saab 900 turbo 5-speed convertible. So a lot of interesting things about that car, so we're gonna go check it out. All right, come on, F-150. Tesla announced the Tesla pickup truck, otherwise known as the Cyberduck. And the first thing I remember is, like, when I saw the truck, I was like, this has got to be a joke. It looked like something that a high school design student would do, not quite ready for production, like just kind of odd. I do in a way like it, you know, it's kind of like industrial looking, and instead of paint it's just like metal, and that's kind of cool. But there's a lot of issues with that, and one of them is that it's kind of like a steel frame. That's the frame. The body structure of the car itself is the body, which is kind of interesting. And as a car that gets into accidents, you're going to be shit out of luck if that thing hits you, because a lot of times, like, these cars are made out of aluminum because they have crumple zones and they kind of like come, you know, bashed together. A stainless steel truck, like they say, it's going to be so hard that it's just going to like pile through everything. The survivors, or the people inside, the occupants, will survive, but not like a Toyota Corolla from 1995. That's going to be cut in half. And, you know, I need a pickup truck that actually will work, and there was very little talk of using the pickup truck for work. So this Cyberduck, otherwise known as the Goober truck, it's really just for like lifestyle people that want something cool, and it is cool as a lifestyle truck, but not something as a work truck. I guess they're going after the Ford 150, which is not really a work truck. It's more like just, you can buy it as a family car. But I do like the ability of having an electric truck, except that truck isn't very useful except when you're riding a quad. It just seems so silly. I thought it was kind of immature of Tesla. The design is very immature when you compare it to all their offerings. Their offerings are very sleek, very modern, and then they have this Cyberduck, which is, it's cool, but people that need trucks don't need something like that, because that's more showy than it is useful. So I was a little disappointed because I thought the fan art looked better than the production truck that they showed. The fail on their part was, at a certain point, Franz, I think that's his name, or Hans or whatever, he threw a ball, like a steel ball, into the window to demonstrate how strong the windows were, and it shattered on impact. And then Elon, in his wisdom, said, hey, try the rear window. It completely shattered too. So that was kind of strange. I think most consumers are not that interested in that. And then there was another fail. Some people might not even realize that it was a fail. It was the door banging test, when Franz took his sledgehammer to the door of a F-150 pickup truck. And I actually thought it was a door from the Cyberduck, because it didn't dent very much, or it dented just a little bit. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's pretty strong for a pickup truck or a door. And it turns out that the door that got dinged was the door that belonged to the F-150, but that was a little unclear at first. And when I realized that it was a 150 and then they tried it with a Cybertruck, I thought, okay, so there's barely any noticeable difference. Sure, the Cybertruck is stronger because it's got steel. It's like a stainless steel outer body, exoskeleton as they call it. But I mean, does anybody really care? I mean, I don't. The amount of damage to the F-150 was minimal. You're gonna have a car that's gonna be rusty in a few years. I don't know, I think that Tesla pickup truck was half-baked at best. They could have done a much better job. You know, this is the only time I've realized one of these product launches, it wasn't very good. Normally, I am very impressed with Teslas, the unveilings, but this one was shit.